just look for the answer that's in the light. And, the media is really good at providing that. And there's something I was thinking about. The media. Got it.
But yeah, that's our opportunity with the web, is that we can be the media. You know what I mean? Like when you turn on the TV, you don't see very many things that are inspirational, or they're really showing what's actually going on the planet in a good way. You know what I mean? Like we see a lot of all the bad stuff. I mean, that is very obvious, and it makes everyone feel beaten down all the time. But then you go on the web, and like literally, if you know the right places to look, I mean, there are amazing things going on around the world all the time. You know what I mean? Like there are real change agents who are really out there and really trying to make a difference, and making a difference. Not just trying, not just talking about it, but they're actually getting stuff done. And so like, how do you have this conversation? How do you define, your value system, or the value system, these fundamentals, and then just show what people who share this ideal are doing. You know what I mean? Like,
I think, to have any kind of political weight and to get anything actually happening, you have to provide a way for people to feel heard. And counting is a way of hearing. It's not the best way, but I think it's a valuable way. And that's one of the things I really want to put out there with my idea too. Is I'm planning on building in a virtual election system. So that'll be part of what makes it a game. Is that you'll support the people you like. It doesn't have to be. It'll be borderless. It won't be restricted in any way. And rather than try and invite all the real leaders from the real world together, I'm just going to build a virtual world where we can do it without interference and with a neutral kind of platform that doesn't support anyone over anyone else, and you have to do the work to earn support just like they do. But it will give a chance for someone other than the two types of leaders that are attracted to the kind of power that we have right now. And there's really just not enough diversity in leadership, and that's why we end up with mostly what I would call assholes. Some of them are a little higher than that.
What are the two types?
Well, a step up from asshole is a dick. I don't know if you're familiar with the chakras, but you tend to have leaders that are red or orange, and they're based in hate, guilt, fear. They really are the bottom of the barrel, and for some reason they've always been on top, and it's just because they're the ones who are willing to be assholes, and they're okay with it, and they're okay with being two-faced.
Yeah. Isn't Obama indigo?
I put him at green. He's definitely he wants to get shit done, and that's the heart and lungs. I mean, he's really captured the heart of his people. Whether or not he can, indigo is. I don't think there's a lot of indigo going around these days. I mean, there are people like us who are always asking questions and don't care what the answers are. And there are a lot more of us. I mean, the Indigo Child, that whole movement is kind of creeping around, and they have yet to find their voice because, there's a lot of assholes in the way. But yeah, so I'm really glad we're having this conversation. I think it's quite fun. I always knew when I first ran across you on Twitter, I was like, wow, this girl gets it. I really appreciate that.
Well, what's inspiring to me is that there's so many more people than I realized who are willing to have this conversation. And I guess throughout my life, it was frustrating because, it's hard to find those people at a local level.